The bullet times can be quite strong into a composition like this. But there's a lot of ways to stop her from channeling it. There's a lot of poke.
Yeah.
You know, she is outranged here. I'm going to have to heavily lean towards Dplus KIA getting the better draft. I actually like the Bulldog techs the first strike into this because he has the range advantage and is just going to be looking to farm. And Dudu may be in trouble.
Well, they're going to be able to get the charge into the wall. Dudu is lit on fire as aiming, trying to get out of the way. Not going to be able to stack up enough, though, as you can see. So Dudu, 100 health underneath this turret. Let's see how Shiu's going to go underneath his. Able to dodge out of the way of the Winter's Wrath, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Berserker takes that one. That's going to be first blood over to the DN Freecs. But the answering kill does eventually come in. Top laners' lives continue to be a living hell.
If you're Atlas,
that's grubs, not grids.
Yes.
Got it.
Just to make it clear.
Well, right now, Lucid is going to throw some bowling balls. Barrel's in a lot of trouble. Steadfast Presence lasts a bit longer than that life, unfortunately, as Showmaker makes his way in. Let's see whether the Superplex is going to be in position as the big one, almost actually ending Barrel's life before they can really start off the fight. But as you can see, DK with control of the area. They are going to be able to grab one of these. There's the Phase Breaker and the Superplex. Big punch to the noggin. Still, Showmaker may be going down for this one as the Hail of Arrows comes in. Great ulti there from Dudu as the flash out from aiming. And Life is the one now in trouble. Shiu in that front line. It is an absolute mess. This first Dragon, that is going to put them well in position. That wasn't in position, though, unfortunately. The public execution no one turned up for, as it turned out.
I just noticed that we don't have the gold lead UI up today for some reason.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Because I was wondering how behind aiming is with this yes.
Oh, dear. Dudu taking a nap. This is not the time to be sleeping, as he's going to have to put that flash on cooldown once again. Solar Flare. Beautiful position as Lucid comes in and answers the kill, but that is another one that's biting the dust. And Live says, thank you very much. At top lane, if they're playing him at all, as far as what I can see.
And that's a lot of poke from aiming here in the initial part of this fight. The positioning here is really good for Berserker. It's hard to enter these grubs.
Yeah. Ooh, Chains of Corruption going to get the flash out from Live. As Showmaker making his way in. They just turn onto Barrel immediately, though. Life down exceptionally low, but it doesn't seem to matter. Man advantage is going to be there for the DN Freecs, and they should be able to grab all of these grubs. That's going to be 5-1.
That was really well played by the DN Freecs. The positioning was fantastic.
With puns.
So,
I feel like you've missed the point.
Okay, hold up.
Okay, it's another Solar Flare onto Barrel. Gonna get Chain CC'd as Shiu's gonna try and make his way in. Decent heroic charge, but I think Barrel's still dead. Does flash, gets himself out of the way as it's nap time for Bulldog. Oh God, that was too many things thrown at the Corki. And he is going to go down.
Definitely puts a dent in the advantage they were looking for. Still 800 gold up, though.
Oh, dear. Steadfast Presence almost blocks the stun, but there is too much CC to come on through here. Bulldog turns up, and Barrel's dead yet again. Just backing in the wrong spot. And that might mean that this turret goes down as well, wasting no time. It was going to be that they can turn into a dragon, grab the feats of strength that way, but they're going to be able to get first turret blood as Chains of Corruption come down. Make a rain here from Berserker just to deter aiming.
I mean, look at how much value the Bloodthirster gives Berserker in this situation. No one has upgraded.
Live flashing forward. Lucid able to walk out of the way. Of course, he walked pretty quickly as Bambi, as the big one does rain down. Are they going to be able to get in here? Showmaker just running forward. There's the Phase Breaker. It is going to be Lucid that locks down the Dragon. But can they win the fight? That's the question. Flash out here from Showmaker. Superplex to get life out of the fight. Very, very low. There's the double sleeve. Lucid gets the watch out heap, and they do need to watch out. Dudu trying to fight 3, but he still has to flash away. And Berserker's under the turret, but I don't know whether that safety is. There it is. The Q comes through. Watch out heap yet again as Lucid gets the triple.
Lucid is popping off, Atlas! 3 kills after the Dragon Steal. The sleep is fantastic. It does so much damage in this fight. Really, only Life had that. No one else had upgraded boots at the time, so it's not really a big spike they hit. Obviously, getting the turret gold and all is nice, and having it for later on is damage right now.
Yeah, and Shiu's going to be able to take down this turret, and that's going to even things out as far as that is concerned. And in fact, gives them a turret lead. The money that just came in for DK. It's not over yet. As Lucid looking to make his way in, aiming going to be joining as well. Oh dear, this could be a real rough time. Superplex comes in from Showmaker. The turret going to start getting angry here, but it's Lucid that made it upset. And so they're going to go 1-for-1. Berserker turns up at the right time here as Showmaker realizes he's not really going to be able to do too much about this. And there he goes. The Winter's Wrath is going to bear down on him. And it's Fioshik that grabs the kill.
And they will be punished for it, so
I'm really surprised. Like, how did Showmaker not get turret aggro there?
It was really weird. Let's watch it again because there was also like some anti-synergy between his ultimate and Aiming's.
Top fight underneath the turret.
Oh.
Hopefully he does have an opportunity for it this time around as Glacial Prison comes down and engage onto the set. Not exactly optimal. Has changed it. Corruption comes in and pop goes the Leona. Xiu able to get himself out of this one as well as he dives forward. There's a very sleepy Corki. And the watch out heap comes down yet again. Lucy gonna help grab that kill. It's actually the set that collects a bowling ball from downtown. I think we're giving that at least a spare, even if Yoshik doesn't go down. Berserker gets them away from the inner turret, and Xiu, oh, the snipe! You're not allowed to do that. The little gates were coming down, Wolf. Well, they're looking for it. Remember, the amount of shred from this Otacon is so dangerous. Bulldog's going to turn up. That is going to be the skewer here, but Dudu into that backline is looking very scary. Beryl going to get revived, and remember, this is Voracious Otacon, so they can just be here and die, but they're not even doing that. DK is still going to be able to win. Life is burning, burning, burning. It's a pirouette from Lucid to finish him off. Early game was so good, and now DK are just kind of ignoring them and winning the game.
Well, I think DNF should have made a different call here, you know? It's a solid build. I like this version.
Yep, and they also have just a lot of damage in the Lilia and the Varus.
The problem with going for that Otacon contest is you end up giving so much control plus the res.
Yeah, and also it's basically a flip, right? Like if you don't get that smite at the end, then you just lose the team fight because no matter what, DK are going to win it as Xiu going to be just heading back home. Still had that buff.
Never win that fight. I mean, they have res too.
It was kind of a losing situation.
Exactly. I just don't think they should have opted in, and now they may lose the game over it.
Well, Dudu has a decent flank angle. The inhibitor turret is going to go down. Some health bars are low, but remember, Voracious Otacon. He exists. Snoozing time as Kershik looks to try and get out of there. Bulldog also wanting to go back to the fountain for quite a while.
Dudu wanted the inhibitor so badly, but they're not going to throw over it. They're not going to overextend and give a ton of gold over. They'll still just kite back here and take the dragon. So good patience there by Dplus. Yep, and I mean, I think this game, what's so sad about it is it just all comes down to one team fight in the mid lane and then DNF doubling down on Otacon, where they had such a great early game. Like you mentioned, they had all the objectives. They had a Corki get 2-item spike with Berserker having a really nice free early game.
You know, dot and T's and cross and I's, or the other way around, or whatever.
Yeah, and they're just very carefully going to take this turret out here. No one's in the bottom lane pushing the inhibitor. They just want to continue to poke because they have insane poke.
No.
Just want to let everyone know I'm accurate, even though if it doesn't make sense. I can hit the set.
Well, they can also hit the Baron. That's going to go down extraordinarily quickly. Lily are very, very good at killing that, and DNF, they don't even really know yet that that one's going down as they get rid of the Sejuani. They get rid of the Baron. They're going to get rid of Life as well. The bowling ball goes over the top. That was a bit of a trick shot there, you could say, as Lucid going to hit that Q onto Bulldog to make it. I don't know about the bullet time positioning there, but Berserker just trying to get them out of the way as Xiu goes in, and oh god, these wallets are absurdly heavy. Dudu's wondering what the heck he's supposed to do. And Lucid, yeah, the watch out, not even going to be the thing that kills him because he smote him in the air. And this is going to be the end of this game. DK looking fantastic, coming alive in that mid game and really not letting go of this one.
Yeah, I really do feel like this was a winnable game for DNF despite a really tough draft, but could not actually get it to work as going a bit deep here.
Yeah, Life is likely to die, although does have the flash, so may not be falling down just yet. Gets onto the fountain, but these Nexus turrets, they're not going to be respawning this time around, guys. It's just going to be the Nexus going down, and Beryl playing up in the faces of DNF, and DK still looking real good. After their initial victory, able to take down the DN Freecs here in game number 1. We'll see how they go in the rest of the series, but this first game is over. Look at Bengi, he looks so sheepish.
Yeah, he I don't know, he kind of looks like he's like, this is the most standard draft. Actually what I feel, but that's a big confidence move. You look at his history across his career.
Well, Lucid is going to demonstrate some early game Pantheon here as he steals away one of these grubs. First one does go down. Xiu up here by himself right now as Dudu is going to make his way into the river. Showmaker turning up as well, level 6 up and available. Is that a level 6 delivery here? Not quite there from Showmaker, who is still trying to do some voodoo, as we can see. And then finally, Lucid does hit that level 6. Man drop up and available. And Beryl actually diving on forward.
Come through to slow on the way out, but doesn't go for it as Xiu is going to get ulted.
Yeah, Dudu just getting a little aggressive. Doesn't find the wall up though. Looks like Xiu might actually just kind of be okay as he throws down the ulti. Dudu hits Minina, not exactly with the same amount of damage potential as, oh, there it is. Pyosik turns up in the nick of time. Shiu just going to be flashing after Dudu here, the Flame Spitter, not enough. And that is going to be first blood going over to Pyosik. Arrow connects onto Beryl. The Cocoon lands at exactly the right time. And I don't think we're repelling out of this one. Berserker, okay, that was a bit cute. Not going to be enough.
Not quite enough. That was the most quintessential Shiu move in the top side there, to all in on that and go, well,
what this composition's capable of, and I'm a little bit worried that the DN Freecs are just going to kind of continue winning more, and then we don't really ever get to see it.
I do think it could work, in theory.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get this dragon, which is pretty huge. That's going to be a third of a feat of strength for them. Tier jungler, actually, as it turns out right now. Not the one that's never been played before.
Barrel's ganking, but so's Pyosik.
Yeah.
The repel is going to come on through here. And let's see what Barrel's actually going to be able to do. The Ignite goes down. The Man Drop comes in as well. Life could be the one falling here, but this Pantheon's also in so much trouble. Bulldog turns up in the nick of time as, able to get that Chrono Shift activated, and now half health there from Lucid. Lands the spear. My God, the damage to come out from aiming and Showmaker is huge. A lot of different damage sources, and yes, they're weird ones, but there's not a lot of tanking, right? As Beryl is going to demonstrate by repelling and then coming back down, but Berserker is going to tag him here. Flash out does need to be utilized, as Life taking a little bit of damage here, but Lucid as well getting targeted. Beryl now in that front line, gonna get gnawed into the wall, and Dudu taking matters into his own very large Mega Gnaw hands. As Sheer, the equalizer, not exactly connecting the way we want it to, as the arrow will land, and down will go this Rumble. DK, I mean, things were looking kind of all right, but now not so much, as Life's dead.
Yeah, that was weird, but otherwise pretty well played here from DNF. Knowing the Chrono Shift is on cooldown for a few more seconds and there's no res available, they're just like, we're going to go in. Barrel's in a vulnerable spot. This comp is super squishy. And they're going to look to secure the final part of these grubs. Now, Showmaker is going to add some poke here, and
this might be,
give this up.
Yeah, feat of strength, I think, denied. And so DK still going to be holding on to the advantage as far as that is concerned. And only 1,000 gold in it as well, especially that one around the dragon fight is kind of etched into my mind. So we'll see how he does go here. As, all right, Lucid going to turn up. There's the flash forward. Not quite in stun range, but there it is. Just a flash required. And as I say it, the cast of blessings will rain down as Shiu gets his first kill again.
Have Prio walking towards this comp. Like, show me, Dplus. I'd like to learn something here.
Well, I think what you do is you throw a cocoon and hope it hits someone. As Beryl will demonstrate. There it is, and it hits someone. The anchor also going to land onto Life here as in goes Lucid. That Chrono Shift still available, remember, as the equalizer once again just sort of hanging out, doing not a whole lot. But still, DNF just going to back away. And it looks like a second objective to go down here for DK, a second dragon as well for them. That will be secured.
It's unfortunately kind of a team communication issue here, I think, for DNF on this situation. Prio setup, they weren't able to execute on it, and both of these teams do have good single target blow up, and that Nautilus ain't that tanky.
Yep, but feats of strength still do go over to DNF. They are able to win the race as far as taking that first turret is concerned, so that is certainly good for them. Some beefed up shoes going to be coming in. It didn't help them out in the first go, so at all.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, so far
it's working so far, kind of.
Yeah, I do like the Grand Starfall Chrono Shift combo that they're making work. As all right, let's see how DNF can make this one happen. As putting up the wall is Lucid. Can Showmaker actually stop him from dying? The answer is absolutely yes. Good timing there on the Chrono Shift as well. But now that is off cooldown. Rock's going down. Double Seismic Shove will connect. And the hook is going to be there as well. Beryl can have to go up into the sky, but they're keeping them busy for so long. Dudu's Minina now on that backline. Gets the hop forward. The flash out from Beryl. And they do go 1-for-1 as Showmaker just staying alive. And the Flame Splitter is just going to cook this Nautilus.
And then this Ezreal, again, still relatively untouched. I mean, we'll watch the fight again in just a moment, but you can see the thought process again on this Chrono Shift. Just allow Lucid to go in. He's already tough to kill as it is because he can just turn damage off, basically. That's what Pantheon does. This is going to be a dragon take for DNF, but it's just a single Hextech Drake. Dplus are set up on the more important objective topside, looking like they're even going to be able to take out this topside turret as well.
Yep, Rift Herald going to come on over there as well, as Aiming was the one that picked that one up. A little bit perplexing that he was the one that did get there, but it looks like we're going to be heading down looking for another charge.
You know, oftentimes wants to just go W and auto that turret even with no minions there, but he thinks better of it. Waits, takes it out safely now.
I like that.
Life's been having such a rough time in this game. Like I said, whoever has vision really rules the map. Shiu in trouble, though.
Yep, Rock's going down here as the equalizer just going to be thrown through. The flash over the shove is kind of cute, but Shiu is likely still going to... Never mind! Underneath the turret, and he dodges the drill. Will he be able to dodge more, though? That's the question as the scrap shield comes in, and then the, threaded volley will just kill him. Man drop coming down here as the Grand Skyfall delivers Lucid, and Bulldog is dead.
Well, this is going to be a time buy here for Bulldog, I guess, for his team to get more vision topside. Looking for Barrel, and he will get away.
True.
But,
and with Atakan's been alive for quite some time now. They do have everyone grouped up there towards that top side. Just bleeding turrets here, as you can see, towards that bottom side of the map. And so DK just going to pull the trigger. Lucid and Showmaker up here starting this one off, all 5 members in position.
Voodoo does not have Mega Gnar. He has TP, though.
All right, down to 50%. And remember, this is all about the smite. You get that smite, you get the extra life, and it doesn't matter about an ensuing fight at all. Let's see whether Lucid can make that one happen. Arrow going to be collected there by aiming. Seismic Shove gets cleansed as Shiwu not going to be surviving this time around. And now Lucid's going to need a chrono shift if he wants to live. This is a dangerous Atakan this time around, as now Bulldog fighting against aiming this triple shove on the back end, and he almost wins the 1v1 at the same time. Absolutely absurd. There's DNF being able to pick themselves up the Atakan buff as well, as they will be sent home, but it does not really matter. They got what they came for.
That they're going to lose a few more of these Atakan buffs as Berserker.
Yep, Berserker is dead. Shiu going to turn up. There's an equalizer. That one placed kind of beautifully. I think he took what I said personally, as he's just going to melt the Vi as well. Oh, Bulldog regretting that particular summoner spell decision. And he will be sent back to the fountain, having a little bit of trouble keeping track of who still has theirs. But yeah, he might be sent home. Yeah, sent into the brush first, but now he is told to recall.
Yeah, we're going to have to go into the replay to see why they made that call, because Bulldog died before they got Atakan, so he still actually had the buff when he came in, so I get the idea there, but now you've just lost basically all your buffs except lives, and the Baron is going to D+. I mean, Bulldog's trying his best to change that reality, but he's going to need to hit a little bit more poke.
Yeah. And Showmaker's flashing forward, looking for Bulldog. Seismic Shove, going to connect onto aiming. He has to be chrono shifted, as now Life under half health. Bulldog is just sniping them out of this one, as Lucid soaking that damage really nicely. Will get sped up, gets out of there. Dudu flashing over. He's got that Mega Gnar, but he's still going to die before it even goes off. There is the cease and desist from Goshik. There's a Vault Breaker as well. The chain CC is good, but Lucid is just better. Shiu layers the damage. It is a cacophony. It's a disaster, but it's so fun to watch.
But aiming does get the chrono shift off here. If he dies here on the follow-up, then this is a one fight for DNF, because he survives and does so much damage in this follow-up. Dudu also a little bit overzealous on the engage timing here. Doesn't quite have his Mega Gnar and is cocooned before he can use it. If he can hit that, it's a different story as well.
Well, he's also dead. As aiming's going to be able to pop on over, grabs the auto attack, and Life is now getting cooked as well. Yeah, the Elise is dead, but do we really, were we expecting anything different there, as Life is going to be able to hook his way out? The equalizer not really doing too much, but the positioning was better that time around. As DK with the Baron, they're going to look to push towards this top side. They'll be able to take down this inner turret and continue the aggression.
Man, it's really just salt in the wounds here for DNF. I mean, they had so many desperate wins and then overextended to giving D+ back the game. The Baron goes over. Now they've lost this wonky composition. And we'll go 1-1 in the group. And it's like, you know, you felt so good about coming into this draft. You had your own robust draft. You're like, oh, D+ draft's a little bit silly. We can outplay this. And then you made some really clutch plays on the Talia. You had some nice arrows. Everything is looking fine.
Oh, 100%. Like losing to this comp?
Yeah. Especially with some of the really miraculous plays they've had. And they played the map so well too.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like something like it's cheesy or something like that, because these are picks that all of these players wanted to play in this instance. It's something that they've obviously been scrimming. Like the way Lucid and Showmaker are playing together on this Zillion Pantheon, as we're going to see demonstrated right here. Diving underneath this inner turret, Goshik looking to try and defend, but watch, Showmaker's just going to say, nah, he lives this. And the depth charge comes on through. Shia going to be able to go golden as aiming finishes off the turret. Look at these health bars. They're so incredibly low. Beryl's dead again, but that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Baron buff, so that's not enough just to kill the Elise here. They've kind of captured my heart. Like, they're a team I really want to root for. Hold up.
Well, they're going to kill Beryl. Yeah, doesn't get to
9 deaths.
use Repel. 9 deaths is exactly the amount that Beryl should be on these injuries checked out. So it's fine. That's why he's allowed to do this. That's why he has 2 of those items as well. And then they fight around the dragon instead because it's a little bit less dangerous as Beryl getting the information that he can. As he dashes forward, that cocoon was phenomenal, the double bomb! And before Bulldog can do anything, he is just dead. As Beryl says, yeah, I've died 9 times, but your Nexus is still going to explode.
Beautiful play from Beryl, and I think they've won it now.
Okay, Shiu, the walking barbecue underneath the inhibitor turret is now they're just diving in. The turret will be taken down, aiming to full health. And he is going to take down life first. Berserker running for the fountain. Dudu not given that luxury. And yeah, there are Drakes available, there are Barons available, but there's also a Nexus to destroy and things to do back home as DK are looking for the 2-0.
That's it. The top inhibitor going to go down the second time here. As Lucid is going to go for one more celebration.
It is Starfallen time. And he doesn't, I thought you were going to go straight onto the fountain. That would have been a whole lot more fun. As aiming, looking to try and kill Berserker on his fountain.
Well,
as DK, like this is a statement start to this LCK Cup as the equalizer is in there. And ever since
the range issue here as well, like sure you have poke from Doran on the Jace, but you don't have long range for your AD carry. There's a decent front line here with the Ambessa, but there's just so many threats that Xayah's ult needs to be utilized very, very well, very carefully.
Both of them at the height of the Galio meta.
Yeah, I mean,
and looked really, really good. It's always been a treat.
Lazy
Feel, this is a treat for him and not one that he really wants. I think knows that he's dead as he throws down the barrier. There's the wind becomes lightning. His owner is going to make sure that the Ezreal dies. And over the wall goes Sponge, understanding that this 1v2 is not one that he can take. First blood to T1.
End up going for any aggression there, but now Doran looking for the execute, and will be successful. That was a really smart play, knowing that they're going to come up and try to punish him, and he will just get out for free.
Yep, so they're going to start these up immediately. Sponge moves over, gets full information. All right, there's the weave as well. Andal flashing over, looking for Carrier. Hasn't pressed that W just yet, as there it is. Into the wall they go. Seismic Shove is fantastic. Heroic entrance. Not getting the knockups they're looking for, but Andal's still in trouble. Carrier going to be going down first, though, as it's both supports lying on the floor. The barrier comes in. Lazy Feel is still going to get cut down by the feathers, and Yukal, oh no, doesn't manage to hit the rocks. As the flash goes forward, the Justice Punch comes in, and oh, that was actually really cute.
That's the end of that, so Yukal does get out with his
Did he
life.
get stopped because the rocks were still there?
I'm actually not sure.
Looked a little bit weird.
Well, we'll see maybe on the replay.
We'll check in.
I thought he just went back.
Oh no, there weren't any rocks.
Yeah, I think he just went back, but you
like,
were able to see that like right away.
But it was weird, like, because you can't cancel Justice Punch, right? Like, so as soon as you're starting to do that, like something had to stop him. Well, but I was sure the rocks weren't there.
Yeah, I thought he just went into the wall maybe, but the rock was there.
The fact that they managed to grab that dragon, nothing yet on the board for DRX. Have to see them find a bit of an angle here. Sponge even finding an interrupt on Carrier. There's a cease and desist as well. Seismic Shove pushes him back. Carrier's just dead. Heroic entrance might be heroic, but it is not going to save that Rakan.
Really looking forward to seeing how he's going to pilot this champ. He's already had one good fight as Doran.
Yeah, Rich going to be like finding the ultimate. Immediately onto Doran here, and oh, Sponge. Perfect positioning once again. Continues charging, but that's a great flash from Doran. Able to get that hammer blow back as well, and Andal's lying on the floor for some reason.
Way too far with no teammates. Like,
and the good old
backing.
The problem was it wasn't a reactionary steadfast presence. It was instead a little bit of a worry here if he continues to get powered up. And Sponge going to be denying that one, so only one objective to be taken here by DRX.
Critically gets that one without the smite, so has another opportunity to grab an additional.
Yeah. Andal is level 6, did manage to make it there as the wall comes through. They're looking for Gumayusi. They will be giving away a few of these grubs, but Gumayusi is going to die. Does have to use all of the summoner spells as Yukal could almost just die here, and Gumayusi will survive. T1 take 4 out of the 6 grubs in the early stages of the game as well, and I'd say if you're a T1 fan, you're real happy with how that one went.
I mean, I told everyone he's the one you can trust.
Never mind. Maybe don't be. Oh, never mind. He's fine.
He's the one you can trust.
Totally fine. Calculated. Yeah, you can.
And they ended up giving up the grubs as well. Now Rich is isolated. Sponge comes over. Does have ult flash.
Yeah. Let's see whether they can deny this first turret, because that'll mean feats of strength going over to T1. Faker. Let's see it. Okay, there is the public execution, and Doran will be going down first. Oh, they take their time! They take too long! And he's able to get the kill onto Rich. Sponge versus Faker here. I think it's probably still pretty good for Faker, despite the fact that he is Galio, not necessarily good at dealing with physical damage, but he's just able to walk it off.
Going to get additional plate gold with KIA. Looking for the first turret as well, which would be feats for them.
Yep, that's
they won't get it.
Strength. So T1 will be able to collect that one for themselves. Like this, like the protect the president. Faker with a lot of utility. Owner on a champion that can just brawl with you early on in the game. And in this composition, Doran's kind of irrelevant.
Quite connect. And now Doran's going to grab this turret as well. And man, T1 snowballing this gold lead. 2 turrets,
yeah.
3,000 gold ahead at 14 minutes.
Herald started up here for T1. And are DRX going to be capable of stopping T1 from just getting what they want in this game? That's the big question.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this fight the answer is no. They're just not set up for it at all. I mean, they're not even here. That delay on the back was pretty huge, actually. You know, adding up a little bit.
Yeah, I like the fact that he went Sultry. He's actually going for a bit more damage than you otherwise get. Almost towards the burn urn, perhaps. Unless he does go for, something else, could be a little bit more of a battle Galio, but that is going to be second dragon for T1. Quite done just yet.
T1 have gotten basically everything but that first dragon. And they're looking for more here.
Yep, Ona going in. Oh, the seismic shove is gorgeous, but he does have that crescent guard. They're trying to block these dashes. The Xin Zhao goes down as Rich zoning Gumayusi out of this fight. Sponge just getting the heck out of there. Red buff will be secured here by Doran, but he might die for it. That could be a little bit of a problem. Faker able to make his way out as there's a public execution, this time onto Faker, but he creates the distance he's looking for. Featherstorm comes through from Gumayusi. He's still at full health as the heroic entrance, once again not finding a lot of value. Decent knockup. Faker is likely to go down, but he trades for Sponge. Yukal's over the wall. The seismic shove onto Doran. He finds the big rock carrier. Is he able to get out? The battle dance says absolutely, because he just dashes all over the place, and they don't have infinite rocks. They don't have the most steadfast presence, but they do have Rich. And let's see whether he can grab a double here. The grand entrance is decent. Seismic shove misses. And oh my god, they had like 20 health between them.
I mean, Guma held his flash until the very, very end.
Oh, true shot barrage. Oh, it gets him. And KIA gets taken down. Andil, big giggle for that one.
The gold lead is thinned out significantly. Only 2,000 behind. That'll get even smaller once this turret falls here. Rich will get the whole thing. His team is already on his way out. I know, we have more.
Oh dear. Gumayusi's dead. There it is. That is the cease and desist plus the seismic shove combo. There is teleport coming in towards his top side. And Rich is going to join, looking to try and get rid of Doran. There is still an outer turret up there. So he does have a bastion of safety he can head towards, and Ona could make this interesting. Keeper's verdict comes down as there is the public execution. DRX looking to dive on top of the jungler, but Sponge is already down. Meanwhile, there's a battle on multiple fronts. Doran and KIA looking like they're almost winning as LazyFeel wants to take down Doran, and he will be able to get there. In the meantime, Rich is limping away from the battle, and Ona says absolutely not. And then Andil can do absolutely nothing. Gumayusi, he'll turn up extraordinarily late, probably just to help his team grab this Arakan buff.
LazyFeel is in no man's land as well. Looking for some damage here onto Guma, but I think his fate is sealed.
Yeah, let's see whether LazyFeel can make this interesting. Arakan is on his team at the moment as LazyFeel. Oh man, I got so excited that something could almost happen.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, now he's done enough damage here to where they can't really Arakan safely, and they're going to have to back, so it is significant.
I mean, what's the result of this? Well, the result of this is Arakan got real mad.
Yeah, moments, but something like a dragon where you have full control over this area is so free to take. And DRX don't have the damage just yet. I mean, their Ezreal's on 2.5 items, but they don't have the damage to crush Arakan in return. They're going to look for a dive on the Faker instead.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird, that whole situation, as Sponge presses the ultimate button. Faker gets out of the turret range. True Shot Barrage is going to help aid it. And Yukal not wanting to take any chances. He's going to use that ultimate just to make sure that they have as many people in the area as possible.
I mean, you get Faker, you should be able to get this turret, so you get something in return for that dragon that did go over.
Frustrating as possible as Andil finds a heroic charge. He's the only one here. Keeper's verdict comes down. There's a public execution as, of course, Ambessa can show up at a moment's notice. Doran is just so tanky, though. He gets over the wall. No one's dead quite yet, but Gumayushi is now going to turn up, and now it's Owner's turn. Oh, he gets pushed into the seismic shot, but it doesn't matter. He is so tanky, it is absurd. And Doran is still raining these shock blasts forward. I mean, tank Jace is so frustrating, man.
I guess it's just a trick, man. It seems like you can kill Jace because you're used to killing Jace all the time, but you can't kill him.
He used to be tank. Well, he's not that tanky, I guess, if Richard comes and kills him when he's on like 0 health. That's a lot of value from that Featherstorm as the True Shot Barrage sails by. Sponge in the back of this pit right now. Another opportunity for UCal as the fists are doing the talking for Sponge here at this stage. Not enough dashes there, unfortunately, for Rich, who will just get pummeled by this Galio, and this game has devolved.
Ended up cleaning up a lot of those kills there in that last moment. And
all
now
right, we need a Gleaming Quill steal. That's what we need. Oh, okay, there's a teleport. Remember, if this goes down in favor of DRX, they don't care if you kill them.
Guma actually gets so much value out of his ultimate, but then ultimately still goes down. Okay.
All right, Gumayushi once again trying to get some value out of some stuff. Triple seismic shove, and down goes the Xayah, and it's a free ticket back to the base to spend some of that money.
They're just feeling like because they have these reses, they're going to be able to take out Baron. Still fairly greedy here from DRX.
Yeah, a few things on cooldown now as Carrier is trying to battle dance around this fight. Andil off to the side, Keeper's verdict. This could be so valuable, but instead he holds onto it. Heroic entrance coming on down there as they get a few knockups. Heroic charge onto the Galio, but he's so tanky. As T1, the more of these send homes that they can get without losing anyone, it's very important. 100 gold going over to Faker here as Rich. I'm not sure about that one, my friend, as he's going to dash around the fight and look for an opportunity to get something done, but he is just going to die. As Doran likely to fall as well. A 1-for-1 as far as top lane is top of everything, but man, it's looking a little bit frightening. All right, there's a weave as well. Okay, UCal, that is an aggressive move. The True Shot Barrage doing so much damage. Another great shove, but Andil still going to be lying on the floor. Sponge goes in. It's going to be the secure of the soul, and this heroic entrance is looking pretty good. Still Ambessa trying to get some work done. Owner is so tanky, it doesn't make any sense. The rock's not going to be enough, but LazyFeel is able to get that kill in the end. He's going to have to be a real hero now, though, because there are 3 T1 members looking for him and UCal.
He's got his passive. Maybe he gets out.
Yep, Grand Entrance coming down. Seismic Shove is decent as Carrier. Will he actually go down? That's the question. He's trying to back, and it looks like he will survive. LazyFeel missing a bunch of buttons, and there's a flash forward from Gumayushi. 432 gold. Lying on the floor now is LazyFeel, unfortunately. And T1, they should be able to take what they want.
This doesn't feel like a pro game, Atlas.
This feels, yeah, this is fast and loose.
I don't even know what to analyze, you know? Teleport back in. This one more reasonable. Look at the flank angle here for Carrier, though. Unseen.
Oh, no. Andil's going to whiff it. They can't see the health bars as Heroic Charge might make up for it. Doran is so tanky, though. Stop engaging on this guy. As Carrier will be able to dash his way out. True Shot Barrage almost managed to steal it. Seismic Shove onto 2 again. But they've got health bars for days. They've got buffs all over the place. And DRX are just running out of hope in this game. Yeah, he's going to be flashing away from that one very quickly.
That's going to be an inhibitor going down here.
Oh, there's the flash taunt. Going to connect onto 2 of them. In goes Andil, though, to try and stop this one from happening. But LazyFeel, in the blink of an eye, he disappeared. The Ambassador as well. Sorry, Rich. But it's a gray screen for now, and it looks like T1, they may not be stopping here. They might just be finishing this game off. Their first win on red side, and a pretty good sign if you want Baron to make a comeback in terms of the battle of the groups. The world champs finally on the board here with a victory over DRX here in game 1 at least. So I guess not necessarily finally on the board. Still need to do it one more time.
The problem is that you're fighting against Aurora and Rumble, which is already a strong combo. You're playing into Caitlyn Elise with a Leona support, so you're going to have a bad time in most AD carries, so it was a really tough call.
They spike so incredibly hard in the early game. All right, there's a flash cocoon, and that looks like first blood pretty comfortably. Valkyrie away here from LazyFeel as best he can. as Sponge, Warrior Tricksters to get himself over the wall. And so T1, they're going to get started on these grubs. Do have Sponge making his way up. He might be able to steal one of them away. As you can see, Owner here still with the smite available. Let's get the Q onto Andal here. Level 4 for both him and Carrier. As level 6 available for Owner, not for Sponge. They're at such a disadvantage in this fight. That should be objective number 1 going on over to T1. As well as their feat of strength that they've already picked up with that first blood. Does mean that they are poised to really let this snowball roll. Something here. We've seen not a lot of success for the Victor. In fact, the only... Okay, let's have a look at this. Just trying to clear out the wave as best he can. Is Rich. Fellow's Breath going to be necessary there, but the Toon going to land. A lot of burst damage. There's the headshot, and boom. That's it. Carrier's going to be able to pick it up in the end as Rich. You can see... Oh, he's laughing about it, but not feeling too happy about the whole situation, you could imagine.
Oh, and that's all he needs. And he died again, and the turret died with him.
Oh.
And that's feats of strength.
Oh, dear. Wait. Hang on, so he didn't even teleport back. How did he get back there so quickly? Wow. Okay.
So this is the second time, because you can see his ult's still on cooldown.
Yeah.
And he just dies.
Fell. And there it is. So welcome back to Elise, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
With that.
Yeah, we can start with that. As Owner's going to get flashed on here. Solar Flare comes down. That is a very deadly sin. They'll take their first kill of the game. As now Doran possibly in trouble as Rich coming in. Where was that going? That's off the tracks entirely. As Rich does get the knock-up to prove that something's going to land, but there's no one else here now. Baker not really finding very much damage with the ulti. As Lazy Feel, oh dear. There's the last auto in the air from Carrier. And that is going to finish it off once again.
And DRX get one grub.
Yep, that's going to deny the feats of strength that don't matter anymore.
Yeah. That game as well, so that's part of the problem too. Like, I'm just trying to give this guy credit because he is an incredible player so early on in his career. He's 17 years old, just eligible to be a sub for Teddy in the first place, and is under a ton of pressure. He's playing against the defending world champions here. And look, they gave him Corki, but this is
when they were domestically powerful, right? Like, this is before they just started winning every world. It's like, this
when
was
Guma
2022.
They win everything. And they win this.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Ace in the hole.
And
do it.
And like, this is why Carrier was playing like Kalista support and Caitlyn support, because you're super squishy, the enemy team has ways to catch you. But when you have full vision control and full map control and a massive lead like this, you know, Carrier just walks around the map and decides who dies. And that's what's happening. He's 100% KP, he and Guma. Yep, the kill squad, man. Just push him around the map and absorb gold to win a fight in an even game state, which we're not in. But, I mean, this is just going to be T1 getting everything they want. This turret is next on the list.
Yep. Yukao going to tank the ace in the hole. Not too happy about that one either. It's starting to do a lot of damage. Gumayushi is just a recipe completion away from an Infinity Edge. The problem is they've got a team fight that does really, really well against a low-range composition, and T1 is so good at just picking off a target from a million miles away, and making it so that like these honest 5v5s just won't exist.
And I mean, look at the zoning they can do with these traps as well. Caitlyn is known to shoot far.
Yeah, she does do that.
In terms of range. And they just grabbed this Herald for free, and now they're like, well, I guess we push Inner with it?
I don't know.
And the Rumble.
There's no explaining it that makes sense to me. Personally, as Faker could be in trouble here. As the train comes down, this time it's going to land. Nice little chain CC there from Rich, but he's well and truly by himself. And he's going to have to try and flash away. The flash forward from Owner, and he kicks him in the back of the head. That's going to send him to the death chamber as Sponge. Warrior Tricksters to get himself out of the way, and Gumayushi doing the thing he loves to do best, which is shoot turrets. Unless he can shoot the little yodel in a plane. It's another thing that he really enjoys doing.
Yeah, he likes to get money and then use it to buy items and then kill people with it. But also killing turrets, like you said, he is a big enjoyer of that. Faker may be in trouble really for real this time, maybe?
Yeah. He's not going to be able to make that flash work, because Owner is like, yeah, you're on your own, buddy.
Owner's like, nah, sorry, man, that's all I can do.
Faker for inner turret, though, Wolf. That's the trade.
Small victory.
That's the support, by the way, versus the jungler. Carrier just half-healthing him with his Storm Surge.
I thought the Ornn was the support in this game for DRX.
Yeah.
Or wait, maybe it's the Wukong, or maybe it's the...
It could honestly be any of them at this stage.
Yeah, Doran in game one, but like it's kind of the Guma Carrier show in this one. It's very split.
I think I'm probably still on the owner
I
train.
think I am too, to be honest with you, because he's had a good game here, even though it's been kind of quiet.
Yeah. I feel like this is the type of series where you kind of, oh, okay.
Maybe it's not Keria.
And Keria is going to die, but Lazyfield is in a lot of trouble. Still gets himself to relative safety. Gumayushi now in trouble. Yukao comes over. Oh, DRX, have you found an angle to get back in? Ona says no. The equalizer, not exactly the highest of value, but Yukao's the president. They have to keep that guy alive. He is all of the damage here for DRX. The Sponge diving towards Faker, trying to make me into a liar here as he is able to slam down with damage himself. Doran wanting to find an opportunity, but Yukao, too smart, able to walk out of the way of the...
They don't have enough control. T1 are back on the Dragon first, as you can see in live. I don't want to break this replay down too much because we are having some action in live.
Yeah, you can see Rich going to flash towards the wall and not over it. Faker is going to be gifted the kill, I believe. There it is. Zona once again in control of this one. We're still waiting for the Wukong to turn up as he gets into the pit. Can they deny the solar kick? Says absolutely not. Yeah, I think POM going over to Ona sounds pretty good to me, as Andal is dead. And the brief bit of DRX cool stuff comes to a close. T1 cannot be stopped, and yeah, they'll get the information. That's really cool. Still, the Baron is going to go down. There's nothing that they can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm at a loss for this one, Atlas.
Yeah, I am.
Even if he dies, by the way, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter. Equalizer goes down. Yukao is the target. They've decided to kill him, and thus he will die. Andal going to go down there as well. And, yep, Keria gets to buy some items. Shirelli is going to be put together here as he gets that free trip back home. And with Yukao dead, you can see slumped back in his chair, understands that this game was well and truly on his back. And Sponge, that's an interesting little situation here as T1, they understand that it's going to be really hard to stop them from just taking what they want because they can't even die. As Ona goes in, goes back out, that is going to be inhibitor number 1 going down. Mid lane can fall swiftly afterwards. There's an inner turret still up on the bottom side, so 3 inhibs probably not going to happen here, but a dead Nexus, that's certainly on the cards. There are still minions conga lining their way in. 1 Nexus turret remains. As Andal, that Eclipse Shield not going to be enough. The train sails by without causing too much harm to anyone. And Yukao, I think, just going to park himself on the fountain because there's nothing he can do to stop the onslaught of T1. A 2-0. And Baron doubles the amount of kills their group has been able to pick up.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.